What in the world? What's going on here? All these stickers say repossessed. Who did this? Who's responsible for this? Whoa, now this is a restricted area, champ. No trespassing. Trespassing? This is our office. You're the one trespassing. Enough with your leave, boy. Don't tell me you forgot about your debt. What are you talking about? I'm just abiding by the contract. If the agency can't pay me, I've every right to seize your property, am I right? Just like that, when you had a chance to take it to trial. If you're gonna be mad, shouldn't Trucy be the one you're mad at? I told you, it serves you right for getting involved with the gamma race. You dirty, rotten. Smack him on Apollo. What are you doing with our stuff? Sell it, of course. Every last bit of it. That's why I'm seizing everything. I'll take this little office of yours too. You think you can just waltz in here and do what you want? Indeed I do. Unless you write whatever warehouse jokers have 3 million ready. That's a no then? Cause I gotta recoup my money somehow. After that, the entire program went south because of Trucy. It's called liability for compensation, and this infantile agency is the liable party. You blackhearted. Hey Apollo, what about the crooked clipboard? It's no good, we don't have any proof Retinas was behind it. Damn! You're going to have to do better than that, Chico. Looks like they think Mr. Right left behind nothing but incompetent noobs to run things, huh? No way, he was counting on Mr. Right to be away for his planets. This 2-bit fuck was showing. There's the sugar, the expression is priceless. How's it feel to lose the precious office your boss left you in charge of, eh? This fucking Wile E. Coyote ass. Now, not to rub it in or anything, but I think you should know where you stand right now. Oh, what now? Here, have a Gandor. The trial of a young up-and-coming magician, Trucy Wright, was scheduled for tomorrow. We're here just outside the office of the suspect, hoping for an exclusive sneak peek inside. What, this is live? Apollo, look, there's a sea of reporters outside. Oh, a questionable-looking pair are peeking out the window this very moment. Our viewers at home can see for themselves their vicious, brutal expressions. Yellow journalism at its finest. And that's the way it is. The majority of the public already thinks Trucy's guilty. They saw the whole thing happen with their own eyes during the show's live broadcast. Everyone in the country's against you. No way. No office, no allies. Are you sure you still want to represent that goal? Of course we do. We believe in her innocence. Go ahead, SA. Think what you want. It's a free country. Just know you'll be the biggest losers in the end. In the meantime, feel free to keep flopping around like the dying fish you are. Now then, I gotta be out of here by tomorrow. Taking the cozy little office tonight while you still can. Hang loose, baby. I can't believe we met Mr. Wright's office get placed under seizure. Of all the... This is ridiculous! Ah! Look out! Clear out! We don't want murderers here! Hey, if it's a fight you want, I'll take you on. Come on! Let's get out of here before we get killed too. I can't believe this is happening. We have to do something to protect ourselves and fast. It's Mr. Wright. Apollo, I got your messages. How is she? Is Trucy okay? She's not crying, is she? Does she have a lawyer? Mr. Wright, it's all a giant mess. Poor Trucy. And the office. Our office. Apollo? Okay. We better both take a deep breath. Wow, I see. And he says you have to be out by tomorrow? I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I wish there was something I could have done. This is quite the mess, isn't it? Even if I left right now, I wouldn't be there in time for the trial tomorrow. I'm sorry, Apollo. I need you to handle this for me. Of course, we can handle the defence, but the office... It's too soon to give up on that. What do you mean? The contract only addresses Trucy's liability if she causes the show to be cancelled. She'll have to prove in court tomorrow it wasn't Trucy's fault. Hey, you're right. Everything depends on you winning that trial tomorrow. Trucy's fate and the fate of our office, it's all riding on your shoulders, Apollo. I know. I'll be fine, right? Apollo! I've been watching you grow over these past 2 years. That's why I can say with absolute confidence, you will be fine. Really? I've seen you earn victory after victory in some pretty dicey situations, and guide Athena, helping her along the way too. That's why I know you're ready. I know I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. I'm fine. Everything will be fine. You can call me anytime you feel you need to, but I'll be fine on my own, right? Yeah, I think so too. I can do this. That's the spirit. Give it your best out there, Apollo. What is it, Apollo? What are you smiling about? Who, me? It's nothing. Mr. Wright believes in me. I can't let him down. We have to win this trial, Athena. I couldn't agree more. I'll do everything in my power to help. Our opponent tomorrow. Prosecutor oh my god, this fucking word again. Sabmadi. Prosecutor Sabmadi, huh? Why now of all times? Still, I don't care who it is. I can't afford to let me guard down for anyone.
O restless wandering soul of the dead.
Prosecutor Sadmati. Oh. Sorry to disturb you, but I figured I should tell you. The lead attorney's been decided. It's Apollo Justice.
Apollo Justice.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. Is Apollo okay? He's been muttering to himself all morning. He's been like that since yesterday. Guess the pressure of those trials getting to him. Poor Polly. He's really tearing himself up over this. Get it together, Apollo. Ah, Athena. When did you get here? Try to relax a little, would you? You're getting yourself way too worked up. Yeah, but I'm alright. I'm fine. You know, I did a little digging on this Natsuya Sodomy guy. He's apparently not your run-of-the-mill prosecutor. Oh yeah? What did you find out? Well, they say he wields an incredible power to accurately read a trial's karma and its ultimate fate. What's that supposed to mean? I don't have all the details, but apparently he can foresee how the arguments will go and even lead his opposition. So the defense basically ends up going in whatever direction he has in his head. Oh, this ain't gonna be a cakewalk if that's true. Emma did say she talked to him for a spell. Here's hoping that went well. In any case, it sounds like he's gonna be keeping us on our toes. Mr. Wright's putting his faith in me. I can't let him down now. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. There he goes again, almost like he's chanting a prayer. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. If you say so, Apollo. The trial will begin momentarily. Is the defense ready? Yes, we're fine. Truth's fate and the fate of the agency rest on this trial. This is it, Justice. If ever there was a time to shine, it's now. Court is now in session for the trial of Trucy Wright. The defence is ready, Your Honour. And the prosecution? Prosecution Sadmadi? 1,000 pardons. It was rude of me to keep you waiting. I was praying for the victim. Oh, praying. Yes, I see. You're a Quranist monk, correct, prosecutor? Yes, that is correct. I am but a lowly monk from the kingdom of Quran. I beg in advance for the forgiveness and kind patience of everyone here in this court. I am unfamiliar with the proceedings of this country and may make many blunders. He seems like a gentleman-mannered soul, doesn't he? I wonder if Emma had a chance to talk with him about Trucy. Now then, Prosecutor Samadi, your opening statement, if you would. Certainly. In the name of the Holy Mother, I vow to guide the victim's soul to the land of eternal peace, known as the Twilight Realm. Now, let the last rites of the victim begin. Ayuta Samadhi. He's really been making a name for himself apparently, but that nickname, Last Rites Prosecutor, how will that come into play today? The incident took place in the middle of a spectacular magic show. The accused performed a magic trick with which he thrust a sword into a coffin. A coffin from which the body of the victim then spilled out, dead from the fatal stabbing. The victim's name was Man of Mystery. Fucking hell. That's worse than his fucking stage name. His name was Man of Mystery, otherwise known as the Great Mysterous. His blood was found on the sword that was used during the magic trick. So his death was just an unfortunate accident? It is only natural for one to assume as such, Your Honour. However, it was no mere accident, but rather a homicide. The prosecution's position is thus, that this was a murder made to look like an accident. I see. And you believe this crime was committed by a defendant? After a thorough consideration of all possible scenarios, I unfortunately had no other choice but to conclude as much. So that's how it's gonna be, eh? I guess Emma couldn't convince him after all. Very well. Now let's hear from the defence. Naturally, you maintain the defendant is innocent, Your Honour. If the defence wouldn't mind, could you please explain your reasoning? My reasoning? Well, I'd have to say my main reason is because I believe in the defendant. I see. So you find it difficult to come up with anything more concrete than that, do you? What a fine demonstration of the fact you are indeed a lawyer of putrid mind. Putrid mind? Prosecutor Sudmani! Excuse me, but I don't...
Satorai Mao Mandomo Samashi de Tashi no Ketaragase Soroka!
If you don't mind my asking, Prosecutor, what were you just chanting? A sutra of the Holy Mother that guides those of tainted soul towards enlightenment. It is a Quranist incantation to awaken the foolish from their fruitless slumber. Fitting for a lawyer who indulges in such fancy as the innocence of the accused. I see. So you're basically asking the defense to get real? Allow me these few words, defense. It is my duty as a monk to punish sinners and to guide victims' souls to the twilight realm. Should you show repentance and admit the accused's guilt now, no harm will come to you. But should you interfere with my sacred last rites for the victim, I shall cast you down into the pit of hell along with Trucy Wright. Now you wait just 1 minute here. Putrid, pit of hell, is this any way to address someone in a court of law? Prosecutor Sudmadi, that may be the way you conduct trials in Korean, but I would appreciate if you would refrain from such charged language here. Your Honour, that was but a Quranist sermon for those who have strayed from the path. Harsh words are often necessary to admonish the contemptible deviants who could not see reason. I see. I didn't realise. I guess they really do hate defence attorneys in Quran, huh? Even still, that was way too over the top as far as verbal abuse goes. And the trial's only just begun. Well, defence, I suppose the way the prosecutor does things varies by country. Why don't we look at this as a cross-cultural exchange and try to be open-minded about it? What?
Bailiff, please bring in the first witness.
Oh dear, Emma. Back on the snackoos, are we? Uh-oh, I thought she said goodbye to the snackoos.
Detective Skye, the courtroom's no place for gorging yourself.
What's wrong with having a little snack? Girl's got to eat, right? She seems a little stressed out. Detective Skye, your testimony, please. Yeah, about that. I just want to state for the record that I believe Trucy Wright to be innocent.
I'm sorry.
Detective Skye, this path you seek to follow is misguided. Giving the wrongdoer false hope will only deepen her despair in the end. But let it go and move on. Acts which go against your duty will earn you divine punishment from the Holy Mother. Oh. Fine, I don't know about the divine part, but I get the punishment part loud and clear. I guess Emma better sign tons of paperwork or something for sticking up for Trucy. She and Prosecutor Submarty don't seem to get along well, do they? Shall we continue? The prosecution contends the accused had a clear motive. The evidence, if you would, Detective Skye. All right. Please look at this poster. It's a Troop Gallery poster from 13 years ago. Is it just me, or is it a little different from the one in right? Fucking hell. Is it me, or is it a little different from the one in Miss Wright's dressing room? This is a revised version of that poster. This one's just cancelled under Mr. Reyes. That's right. Mr. Reyes left the troop after the first version of the poster was printed. Take a look at Mr. Reyes' right forearm, near his elbow. See the big scar there? He apparently got that when he made a mistake practicing a magic trick. Ouch, that's quite a scar. Because of the accident, Magnifique Gamma concluded Mr. Reyes was too unskilled. Just before the show was to open, Magnifique announced Mr. Reyes wouldn't be appearing. In defense of Magnifique's decision, Mr. Reyes tried to go on... In defiance of Magnifique's decision, Mr. Reyes tried to go on stage anyway. This in turn caused Magnifique to oust Mr. Reyes from the troupe on the spot.
He kicked Mr. Reyes out? Seems rather extreme. Did he really have to go that far?
You don't fuck around with these kind of things, Judge. When it came to magic, Troop Gamma Ray was so passionate, or should I say, extreme about it, that it caused problems from time to time.
Yes, they even caused this court amount of trouble with their extreme antics.
And now the troop's successor has committed a murder. It seems the troop's rare talent was inherited by the right person after all. A putrid talent for criminality.
You sound rather extreme yourself, Prosecutor.
Criminals with impure souls do not deserve sympathy, Your Honour. As I was saying, after his expulsion, Mr. Reyes apparently went on to hold a grudge against the troop. He would tell those close to him, I will get my revenge on Troop Gamma Ray someday.
Revenge, huh? That certainly sounds antagonistic.
And then his chance for revenge finally came, if you would be so kind, Detective Skye. Well, I guess I don't have a choice, do I? The victim planned to get his revenge on the Troop Gamma during Troce's magic show. Mr. Reyes was going to first steal the Gamma notebook from the defendant, and then intended to reveal the secrets behind the magic tricks during the show. That's when the victim's planned for revenge, and when he did in fact steal the notebook. The defendant murdered him for he had a chance to reveal the secrets. By the time the accused had discovered the notebook's theft, it was too late. Her only option was to kill Mr. Reyes and make it look like an accident.
Objection!
That's nothing but conjecture. The victim's assistant, Bonnie DeFame, gave the police a statement. She testified just before the start of the show. Mr. Reyes said, "I'm going to reveal the true Gamma Ray secrets on stage today." What? Well, this isn't exactly a great starting point for a rebuttal, is it? You're telling me. Allow me to give you one piece of advice, defence. Oh, and what's that? Let it go and move on. Excuse me? Helping a sinner will only sully your own soul. One possessed of an unclean soul will burn in the flames of hell, and then be ever burdened with that sin in their next life. But I don't believe in that sort of thing. Besides, I've no intention of giving up. Oh, Holy Mother, grant me the strength to deal with this putrid lawyer. All actions have consequences, and yours will surely earn you the honour of being a mere stink bug at best in your next life. A stink bug?
Now then, Mr. Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please.
Yeah, we'll see about all that. Evidence is everything in a court of law, Mr. Prosecutor, not your fairy tales.
Hold it!
Revenge after all this time? It's been 13 years. Why now? I know, right? I thought it was pretty sketchy myself. I mean, wouldn't he have done it a long time ago if he was going to... Detective Sky. Self-indulgent outbursts such as those will earn you defined punishment. In the form of salary evaluation. Oh, so we're back to that old trick, are we? Wait, that's what divine punishment means? Let the detective have her snack. This humble servant of the Holy Mother shall explain. Over a decade ago, Troop Gamma Ray was at the height of their popularity, but then their reputation declined and they had all but faded from public memory. Until recently, that is, when Trucy Wright sought to recapture the former glory.
The defendant? At such a young age too, that's impressive.
Yes, the accused's skill at magic is undeniably impressive. If she hadn't fallen onto the path of sin, she would have had a bright future ahead of her.
It's always sad to see such promising young potential go to waste. Now then, Detective Sky, how did Mr. Reyes plan to get his revenge? And please put down the snackies before you continue your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, poor face.
Hold it!
What evidence do you have Mr. Rees actually stole the notebook? You know he stole the notebook. You found it in his luggage, you dick. Well, you see, whenever you're ready, Detective. Fret not, Detective Scar. You've nothing to repent for. You should be proud of the fine forensic discovery you made. Forensic discovery? What did she discover specifically? Detective Sky identified a certain set of fingerprints on the notebook. Upon further inspection, she determined they belonged to Mr. Rees. What? The detective found the fingerprints entirely of her own volition. For that, I must say, well done, Detective Sky. Getting a little too addicted to using your precious white powder, did you, Emma? Steady on there, Apollo. There's a number of things that could mean. Now, Detective Sky, I would like you to explain just how Mr. Rees intended to use the notebook to exact his revenge. All right. First, he stole the notebook.
Hold it!
I'm going to reveal all Troop Gamma's secrets on stage today. That's what Mr. Rees himself said, right? Right. He didn't exactly specify which Gamma secrets he was talking about. But the prosecution thinks he's referring to the secrets behind Troop Gamma's magic. Yes, that is the prosecution's assertion. When the accused realised that Mr. Rees was to reveal her family's most closely guarded secrets, she naturally panicked. So basically, Trucy's notebook was hiding in Mr. Rees' things because he'd stole it himself.
I see. Trucy. Oh, truly a motive only a magician could have.
Aye, that's what the prosecution believes anyway.
Hold it!
Do you really believe what you're saying, Detective Sky? Do you really think Miss Wright killed Mr. Rees to stop him getting revenge? Of course I don't think that, but Trucy, we... Keep your private considerations separate from your public duty. I warned you about this very thing before the trial began, did I not, Detective Sky? Aye, you did. Please recite my exact words to you. Emma Sky, you're a detective first and foremost, not the accused friend. Remember your duty and fulfill it faithfully. Excellent. So you do remember what I said to you. Your devotion to your work will be rewarded, for the Holy Mother sees all. This guy's starting to fucking piss me off. This Holy Mother's no scientific concept I've ever heard of. Those two really don't get along, do they? Well, science and religion go together about as well as oil and water. As I was saying...
Hold it!
I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder? Beats me. What? The basis is beats me? You'll have to ask Prosecutor Sodmani over there, because he hasn't told me his reasoning either. Detective Sky. Your feeding of information to the defense has not gone unnoticed by my eyes. The bad karma of acts which goes against your duty will impinge upon you in your next life. But even before that,
It may impinge upon your job in the form of a transfer.
Please don't get me kicked off the forensics unit.
Poor Emma. She's really been risking everything for us. Well, prosecutor, said Marty, what are your grounds for claiming homicide? It was the luminous tape in the understage passage. I realised it had been moved. Moved so Mr. Reeves would climb into the downstage coffin by mistake. What? Mr. Reeves, who was awaiting in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder shown here. He was to climb into the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area. After being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1, Mr. Reeves was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin. But the luminous tape had been moved and marked the downstage ladder. So the victim climbed up into the coffin on the stage itself by mistake. The very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into. And you have proof that it was my client who moved the tape? But of course, Detective Skye. Huh? Oh, right. I identified the defendant's fingerprints on the luminous tape. You what? You actually had proof? Well, defence, are you finally ready to let it go and move on? Absolutely not. Detective, please add the information about the prints on the tape to your testimony. The defendant's prints are on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show.
Hold it!
What made you think to check the luminous tape for prints? Well, I bet it was Detective's intuition. I dusted not just the tape, just about everywhere for fingerprints. Oh? I dusted pretty much every single surface in the theatre. I mean, it was so nice to be able to dust for prints without anyone getting mad at me. It's great you're enthusiastic, Emma, but there is such a thing as too enthusiastic. The tape was moved to guide Mr. Reeves into the coffin that was downstage. If that's true, it does sound like a murder rather than an accident. It certainly doesn't help that Truce's prints are on the tape. Oh, I wish I knew what sound would even be appropriate to make in this situation. Right. Bonnie wearing gloves. Bonnie. Trucy wearing gloves with no fingerprints to be left, huh? Interesting. Must have moved it during the show. There we go.
Objection!
I'm sorry, Detective Sky, there's a flaw in your testimony.
Oh, really?
The prosecution's claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show in order to guide the victim to the coffin downstage. But that doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at the time. It doesn't. Please consider the fingerprinting results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints were found on or in it.
That's true. We didn't find any of her prints in the coffin. Huh?
I think you realise what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show.
Oh!
She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution's investigation is insufficient.
Oh my! But on a personal level, I'm very happy about it.
Well, Prosecutor Sadmardi, if the defence's argument is true, you have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim. I see. Apparently the defense is more intelligent than I thought. More than a stink bug at any rate. Come on, you can buck me up to at least a beetle now, can't you?
Would that really be any better?
Of course, way better. Stag beetles are cool, with them huge mandibles of theirs. If the defence wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question. Alright, shoot. Even with no evidence, the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim. The victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide and entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it. What you're saying is the fact remains the victim was stabbed to death, right? Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of the case. If the accused did not lead the victim to the coffin on purpose, it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed an accident, the defence can now argue it was involuntary manslaughter. I see. If it was involuntary manslaughter, they can plead extenuating circumstances, and the severity of the crime would be mitigated. Defence, if you believe the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue it was an accident? This is it, your important question. The defence argues Mr. Reese's death was... Here's the thing. I think it's a premeditated murder, but because of what Bonnie and Raja was saying. But is that the right thing to say here? The defence maintains the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe it wasn't an accident, but murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party.
A third party? As in the true culprit's someone else?
That's quite a brazen claim to make, and one wholly without grounds. Your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes as loudly in emptiness. Surely you were allowed red pepper in your previous life. I've been demoted to a vegetable? Wow, I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant. In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim. Let us hear this reasoning of yours then. Alright, before I give it, there's one question we need to address. If the victim was killed by a third party, then the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, how do we wind up with a dead body inside the coffin? A very good question. Let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin? What if the victim had been killed under the stage before being put in the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go? I see! In that case, the defendant's sword wouldn't have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor Marty? That is the third time. The third time of what? What the fuck is this? Ah! My head! What do you think you're doing? Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she's struck 3 times. Since you never learned you needed to be punished, why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? It is what you deserve for interfering with my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing. Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon. Can you not? A sermon now? There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake. Eh? A cornered law has unexpectedly been struck hard against the prosecution. Did I get it right? No, for I'm not done with my sermon. And yet, the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great. And in this case, you are that frog, defense. What exactly is your point, anyway? Let's assume for a moment the victim was killed under the stage. Who, then, had the opportunity to do so during the show? Let's see. People in the show were Bonnie Defane, the victim, Mr. Rios, and Trucy Wright. Bonnie Defane was on stage throughout the entire show, as easily confirmed by the footage from the show, which leaves us with only one suspect, Trucy Wright. Now do you see? The accused killed Mr. Rios as he waited on standby in the understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. No! O great and merciful Holy Mother, thus another putrid mind has been guided toward enlightenment. Oh, I can't believe I swallowed his trick question whole.
Objection!
Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here. Athena, what are you... There's something I want to point out, Apollo. And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child in countenance. And how old are you exactly? 25, yeah, shut the fuck up. I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same. And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity? What a fucking weird way to word that. I certainly would. You decided the defendant killed the victim under the stage. May I remind you that Miss Wright is a girl. Clearly. Sure you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact. Your Honour, please send for this little child's guardian to take her home. I'm not done with my sermon. You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Samadhi, you know. Listen, if the victim was killed in the understage passage, then his body would have to be hauled to the stage, right? However, Miss Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't possibly have hefted the large body up and put it in the coffin. That's true. It does seem like it'd be a difficult task for the defendant. I don't think even I could do it. What do you think of that, Prosecutor? Who's the child now? In my religion, the priestesses of Quiranism are revered as the pillars of our beliefs. I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective. Says the man who called this fair maiden a little child. Who's a fair maiden? I agree your point is worth discussing, defence. How indeed was the dead body raised into the coffin? By the accused Tracy Wright, that is. You're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you explain how it was possible. But of course... there was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up. Huh? Wait, you can explain it? I foresaw our argument would come to this, so I've prepared a witness. Well, I admire your readiness, Prosecutor. It was really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial. He couldn't have really predicted things would turn out like this, could he? It's pretty hard to believe. Excuse me, but may I step down now? Yes, I suppose you may. One moment, Detective Skye. I'm sorry for, the way I handled all this. You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable. It was? Yes. You served well as a detective, and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work. Oh, thank you. I hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seemed bewildered by the unexpected praise. I guess it's a pretty nice person, like they say, as long as you're not up against him. Now then, let's call the next witness.